Hello everyone, my name is Dominic Sultano Kroman and today I would like to present one of the darkest and the most underrated events in Australian history, the Myal Creek Massacre. So this tragic event is important because it shows the violent side of colonization in Australia and the suffering of Aboriginal people during that time. The Myal Creek Massacre happened on June 10, 1838 in New South Wales. At the time, Australia was under British colonization and many settlers were moving into Aboriginal land. This caused many conflicts between European settlers and indigenous Australians, and the Myal Creek Massacre is one of the most shocking examples of this violence. Next, the massacre happened when a group of white settlers attacked a camp of Aboriginal people from the Wirarai group. Around 28 Aboriginal people were killed in the attack. The victims were mostly innocent people, like women, children, and elderly people. They were tied up before being killed, which shows how cruel and inhumane this event was. So this tragedy became one of the darkest moments in Australian history. Next is the causes. So the main cause of the massacre was conflict over land and resources. European settlers wanted more land for farming and raising animals. As they expanded, they took land that had belonged to Aboriginal communities for generations. So this created anger, fear, and violence. Aboriginal people lost their homes, food sources, and safety because of colonization. Next, why is it important? The Myal Creek massacre is important because it was one of the first massacre cases in Australia to be taken to court. At first, the accused men were found not guilty. However, after a second trial, 7 men were found guilty and executed by hanging. These were very unusual in colonial Australia because settlers were rarely punished for crimes against Aboriginal people. This case became an early symbol of justice in Australia. Next is the impact on Australia. The impact of the Myal Creek massacre was very significant. It showed the cruelty and unfair treatment faced by Indigenous Australians during colonization. And today, it's remembered as an important historical tragedy. Memorials and annual ceremonies are held to honor the victims and educate people about the truth of Australia's past. And in conclusion, the Myal Creek Massacre is a dark but important part of Australian history. It reminds us of the pain and suffering experienced by Aboriginal people. By learning about this event, we can better understand the effects of colonization and the importance of justice and human rights. We should remember his story so that tragedies like this will not happen again. Thank you for listening.